Hello everyone, my name is Chang Dao and this is Coffee Time with the AHK Vietnam, episode number 10. In this episode, this time, this will be different than other because we will talk about German soccer and the Borussia Dortmund Club BVB. BVB is one of the most prominent sports clubs in Dortmund, Germany. It is most noted for its football team that plays in the first Bundesliga. From BVB, we will hear Suresh, and from the AHK Vietnam, Marko Walde. They will discuss on how Covid-19 affected German football club BVB, and they will talk also about the BVB's daily business in Asia and the approach for Vietnam after Covid-19.
Yeah, hello Chang, hi Suresh. It's very nice that we can have the podcast this week about my favorite hobby. We are talking about football and I'm quite excited to do so. So Suresh, let's start directly. Once again, thank you very much that you are here with us today for this podcast. So you are based in Singapore, you are in charge for the BVB activities in Southeast Asia. We are really excited to learn more about your impressions and your feedback. As you know, that the German Bundesliga is the first league in Europe to resume after a 2 month break because of the coronavirus pandemic. The Bundesliga approach has earned global attention and has also encouraged other European leagues. But the rule was everything is behind the closed doors and based on strict hygiene regulations. And fans spoke about the Bundesliga from South America via Africa, Asia and Australia. We could say that the world got back their beloved game, but the feeling was not really the same. Do you agree with that? What do you think?
Hi Marco, Guten Tag, Xin Chào, Vietnam, and many thanks for having me on the podcast. It's a good question. Of course, it's absolutely not the same as it was with having our fans and spectators in the stadium. As you know, in Dortmund and our Signal Iduna Park Stadium is accommodating an average of 80,000 spectators on each of our Bundesliga home match. And the significant yellow wall or the Gelbe Wand on our Südtribüne or South Stand, which hosts 25,000 fans. This is definitely not the same. And it's absolutely a strange feeling not having our fans there. Our club is always built around our beloved fans. What was important was that we were able to complete all our remaining matches without any concerns and issues, and that the league was able to come to an end with much ease.
The German Bundesliga is famous for its loyal and loud fans. Its high match day attendance, the vibrant in-house atmosphere every game. However, since the restart, the stadiums have been empty, the atmosphere not really the same, the intensity on the pitch far less, and the goal celebrations have been awkward and sometimes disruptive. A lot of those players thrive on emotions, spirit, support of the crowd, and it's missing. How did you cope with this?
Yes, as a follow-up from my answers on the first question, or my answer on the first question, I believe you saw that the players also tried to control and manage their emotions, especially after scoring against the restart of the Bundesliga, especially with the big Rivera derby against Schalke 04. And actually the players did try to hold back on their goal celebrations. And it was really strange and weird to see them standing apart from each other and creating new styles of celebration with keeping social distancing. But it's tough, it's hard. But as you can see from the goal scored by Erling Haaland, it's something that we all have to get used to. I think after the match, the players themselves shared their experience. That like I said, it was a strange experience and feeling to play in an empty stadium, and without the buzzing noise and the cheer from our fans and spectators when we scored a goal or scored every goal. But I think what was important, that you could see was they were dedicating all the goals to our fans who were unable to be present at the stadium. This was really, really special and really meaningful gesture to the crowd that were watching at home and were unable to come to the stadium. We are all hoping that there can be some normality sooner or later, where we can have all our fans back watching Dortmund play in our stadium.
Okay, Suresh, I see. Thank you. Now let's talk about your daily business here in Asia. So how BVB has been looking to establish a foothold in the Asian market. And please explain how you are aiming to replicate their fan-first approach across our region.
Yeah, it's been a good 6 years since we set our footprint in Asia, and we have come actually a long way to establish our visibility and presence in Asia. We had a great 2-3 years where we had our first team playing their matches during their pre-season tour in Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, and China, which we managed to build a good momentum in establishing our fan base in these markets. Also, we have identified Southeast Asia, especially markets like Thailand, Indonesia, and Vietnam, where we have engaged and executed many activities in line with our sponsors, media, and fans. The BVB fan culture in these 3 markets is amazing and unreal. And the support that we received every single time when we visit these countries, it's fantastic. We feel a lot of love. The echte Liebe, it's present. That's what this club is all about. For example, when we brought down our former players to these markets, the players and the legends, former players, really feel connected with our fans, and especially with the culture and the people in these respective countries. We did many cool activities, but notably the trophy tour. When we won the DFB Pokal in 2017, we had our former player and the trophy being displayed in the various markets in Southeast Asia, including Ho Chi Minh, which was I felt was one of the best experience I had. We had a friendly football match with the fans and the legend. We had some intimate meet and greet sessions, lucky draws, a close dinner with sponsors and fans, and merchandise giveaways. There were a lot of activities and engagements that we did over this period. We also hosted in Thailand the first ever Asian fan gathering in Bangkok, where we invited close to 60 dedicated fans from 10 different Asian countries, with a football carnival that involved our World Cup champion Roman Weidenfeller, which I believe was never been done with a European club in Asia. Unfortunately, with the current pandemic, it will be challenging for us to replicate similar activities this time round, but rest assured, as soon as we are able to travel safely, we are definitely going to regroup and continue to build on our reach and growth with our fans in Asia, and especially here in Vietnam.
Oh, that's really good to hear, and as I know that a lot of your Vietnamese fans are really waiting for that. How do you think about the Vietnamese fans? Do you intend to organize any virtual Vietnam tours or events in Vietnam to bring the BVB closer to the Vietnamese fans in the near future?
As I've mentioned, Vietnam is a key market for Borussia Dortmund, and whenever we plan our activities in Southeast Asia, Vietnam is automatically included. We are now planning our first ever virtual Asia tour in August, and there will be some interesting and exciting activities that will involve our stakeholders, media, partners, and most importantly, our fans. I would like to share more, but I would like to keep all of you in suspense. So please have a look out for it. But just to conclude on our plans for Vietnam, we are hoping to potentially at some stage do a Legends match in Vietnam in the future and organize more viewing parties and get-togethers with our BVB fan club and BVB family. And maybe one day when situation gets better, to have a couple of first team players visiting this country too. Thank you for the opportunity to share my plans for Southeast Asia and Vietnam. Danke, Kameng.
Thank you, Suresh and Marko, for the great information. I'm looking forward to all the events and activities of BVB in Vietnam and as well as in the region. And thank you so much for your listening today. If you have any tips on your own, join the ASK Vietnam Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter, and let's have a discussion there. Also, feedback about this podcast, tips, and anything else you have for us, just keep in touch at www.vietnam.ashk.de. Goodbye and see you guys next week.